The first step in removing the radiator is to open the drain cock, which you'll discover is virtually inaccessible on the right-hand side of the radiator. So we opted for loosening the left lower radiator hose. That will remove the upper radiator hose and also the heater hose from the thermostat housing at the top of the engine. These connectors are very fragile. Remember, this is really brittle plastic as these parts get older, so don't force anything or you will be replacing plugs, and these are not easy plugs to replace. The bottom of the fan shroud are these two lock clips, and simply pulling this up should release it. Remember to disconnect the cord first. The fan is now loose. Wire connector is intact. The next factory step is to loosen the transmission cooling lines from the radiator. This would be at the driver's side on left-hand drive models. It's a special disconnect tool for the lower hose, and the upper tube simply has a nut on it. The correct tool for this task is a flare nut, wrench, or socket in this case. This is a flare socket. I'd like to add that this hose itself is vulnerable to chafing against the steering gear. This is an original equipment hose installed at the factory, and I can feel on the back side of it that it's got a notch in it. And when this is apart, I may go ahead and replace this hose as a matter of course before it blows out in service. The impression left by the nut will tell us where to place these again. Now we remove the torque screws. Place a block of wood under this side to support that end of the radiator, and we'll uncouple that lower automatic transmission cooling line. Do not attempt to remove the lower transmission cooling line without this type of tool. This example is a Lyle set that is inexpensive and effective. The coupler release tool is designed to release the garter spring that holds the coupler over the flange on the tube. Select the right size tool for the tubing size. The tool slides onto the tube, then gets pushed into the coupler's garter spring until the spring releases. Once the garter spring is expanded, the coupler can slide readily over the flange on the tube. This tool prevents damage to both the coupler on the hose and the tubing. The radiator should now be free. Both the lines are out of the way. This hose is loose. Lift the radiator up carefully.